Okay, so Gus really hated his kennel to such an extent that he drooled in a large volume. And a lot of it was, I think, by the way that he was originally introduced to the kennel, there was kind of led or put into the kennel rather than getting him to go on his own. So we've assigned a command word of Boji, so we toss the treat in. Let's go ahead and do that once.
Boji.
So as soon as it touches his lips, we say the command word. And we let him go in and out on his own. We do this several times, and we keep on doing this until the dog will go into the kennel without any hesitation before we do the next step, which we're about to do right now. So go ahead and toss one in. Follow.
Boji.
Follow. So now you're blocking. Now take one step backwards. Step forward. Right away. Up. Okay. So let's go ahead and we're going to use the treat this time. So put the treat and put it in there. Now follow.
Boji.
Now when you take a step, you're going to take a small step back. And if he starts to come forward, you're going to hiss and rush forward at the same time.
Okay.
Take another small step back. Now, do you remember the first time that we were doing this? How much? And keep your eye on him. I won't take offense if you're not watching me, but he'll use that to his advantage. Sure. Remember what he was doing the last time? When the first time we did this, he was breathing heavy and he was drooling. Because we've given him a bunch of treats, he has a positive association in the kennel, and he's not breathing heavy, he's not in a panic state, and he's in the back of the kennel. So at this point, we're waiting for him to SIT. As soon as he SITs, you're going to take a step backwards at the same time. Now, when you're doing this, I would not look at him in the eye. See him, but don't look at him. Step back. There you go. And that needs to be up at the same time. Sorry, I put the urgency on that, but I want to make sure that we do that simultaneously. Now he's breathing a little bit heavy. I'll zoom in a little bit. We could see that he is panting a little bit. You can see his chest going. Not too bad, but this is stressful for him. It's not as stressful as it was. Now because he is SITing, now you can take a SIT on the couch. So take one step back and stay. Then slowly start to SIT yourself. And if he gets up, you get up and hiss and march and you rush towards the kennel. All right, so now I'm going to shoot this from over your shoulder. So now we're basically waiting for him to LAY. As soon as he LAYs, we're going to give him the command to COME. Oh, rush. All right, so come over here, grab him by his collar, lead him over there, and just lead him all the way back in. And keep going. Don't keep going. I know it's not what we want to do. Keep on. Keep going. There you go. Now stand behind it, and we repeat. All right, so go ahead and take a step backwards. So you have to recognize that when you're watching this video, you're going to see that he started coming forward. Big step. Make sure that your timing is that really good on that. Now take another step back. So if it looks like he's going to come out, if he's moving, you start kind of preparing yourself to get up and rush towards him because we do not want him to be sneaking out like he just did. All right, go ahead and grab a seat. Now we're waiting for him to SIT. Or, excuse me, LAY. Now I'm saying SIT and LAY because I don't want the dog to do it on a command. I want him to do it on his own. When he does it on his own, he's signifying something. So now what you'll find is when you're doing this, sometimes it looks like he's going to come out when he's actually moving in a position to LAY and vice versa. You'll just, for observation, you'll be able to see the difference between the two. So now you can see he's breathing heavy, he's panting. So, he's a little bit stressed out about this. But again, the humans are here. The door is not closed. So two things that caused him to panic the most, we've eliminated from the equation. All we want him to do is be in the kennel. Now, when he's in the kennel LAYing, then we know on his own, then we know that he has achieved a certain level of calmness. And as soon as he does that, the first couple times we invite him to come out and give him the reward. And then after a while, we're going to start increasing the amount of time as I discussed with you guys off camera. If you're somebody watching this at home, you're going to have to hire me for an in-home session to figure out all those details. But the goal for this is to help the dog practice being in the kennel without, get ready. Now just offer it and say, COME.
Come.
Make him sit. So raise your hand. Now give it to him right away and say, come.
Come.
And scratch under the chin.
Come.
Perfect. So that was about 4 minutes, and you could tell he was a lot less stressed. So now there you go. So he was a lot less stressed that time than the first time when I did it with him. And he's, you can see his body language, and let's toss another treat in there. So he was ready to go in there on his own.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Toss another one in.
I know.
Okay. So again, after you get done doing this, you want to immediately put a treat back in there and let him go get it and exit the kennel on his own. So for him, it's sometimes I go in there, I'm asked to stay. Sometimes I go in and get a treat and I get to come out on my own. So that's how we get our dog to not panic or freak out when they're in the kennel and help him learn to be nice and relaxed and look at the kennel as a good, positive place. Right, Gus? Good photo bomb.